Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to all of you. As they say that if there is a power failure, it is called as a current event. And if it happens at the school, it leaves children delighted. So I'll be starting with my presentation and talking about the trends which we see is happening. Somebody mentioned Donald Trump in the presentation, and Professor Winters came and said that I came all the way from America to escape. And here also I'm hearing Trump only, I'm getting trumped. Now this region, energy prices are something which is of interest to everybody because that is the major driver of the economy. Climate change, people may be talking anything else, but here I am going to quote President Donald Trump, who says that whosoever are pessimistic and talking about global warming, they should know that in 50 years' time, the oil is going to finish. And if the oil is going to finish, all the problems related to global warming will be gone. So just wait for 50 years and you'll have most of the issues sorted out. But that's one side of the coin. As we move ahead, you will see that the trends are going to be driven by the oil prices. Number two, efficiency is going to be the key driver. As they say that this will be the musical word for the whole decade to come. Because we have reached a capacity where capacity increase is not going to be a solution. Better efficient utilization of the capacity is going to be the key word. Moving ahead, if you look historically in last 100 years or 150 years, the energy was driven from timber. From timber, coal came. It took around 50 years for the transformation from timber to coal. From coal came oil, and then came gas, another 50 years. Then came nuclear. The technology is still in infancy. Some of the countries have been using it for 25 years, but before it goes universal, another 25 years are expected for the full potential of nuclear to be done. On the first day, we were all talking about that whether the quest for the space that is going on, one of the major drivers is energy, to look for a source of energy, the one which is driving the whole universe totally seamlessly. How can we get a portion of it? Moving ahead to the water trends, people have already spoken about it. The online customer engagement, which can be either through the water meters, which can be in terms of the campaigns that the utilities are carrying out, in terms of the transparency that is being developed with the customer. This is going to be one of the most major trends, and Mr. Bill talked about it, that everything will be going and will be interconnected. Smart irrigation. Food is 35% consumer of water and energy. And since being the largest source, irrigation is the key word. And I do remember the figures which were given that the coffee that we drink, 5,000 liters of water has gone into it, or a piece of beef or a lamb that you eat has already consumed 15,000 liters of water. That is the value we are talking about. And this is a market which is going to grow drastically because food is one of the areas which is going to face deficiency in the next 10 years. The number of mouths that we have to feed and the cultivable area is going to decrease proportionately. Smart wastewater management. I think the concept of Singapore from toilet to tap, the way they have been able to use it. Today the wastewater management is such that it is much pure than the water that is coming from other sources. And 5% of it is being mixed in the normal tap water so that in case of contingency and emergency, the nation should not have any mental inhibitions to consume it. Real-time water network and quality monitoring. We'll be hearing more of it from Dr. Mudassir, from Vicente, who has been a driver of this, and they have successfully implemented in Singapore where the non-revenue water stands at less than 5% today. Mergers and acquisitions, very correctly again pointed out by Mr. Bill that this is an industry which is going to need a lot of cooperation and collaboration. Irrespective of any kind of competition you are having, everybody has their own domain knowledge. And until and unless all the technologies don't come together, you won't be able to come up with a solution which is for the consumers and masses. We have Xylem acquiring sensors. Vicente, GE Water and Process has taken up water smart software and smarter technologies. and some of the major other companies are going through the merger and acquisition processes. Automated future, we have talked about all the data gathering that is happening in terms of the flow meters, in terms of the leak detection, or in terms of the smart metering, in terms of water intelligence. As they say, that the next battle or next Third World War, if it will be fought, food and water are going to be the reason for that. And intelligence on food and water is going to make a big difference. Industry collaboration across different industries, the best practices will be coming together because this is one of the scarcest resources available on earth.